Oh, thank you.
What's his name, Bergen or
Burton.
Burton?
Burton. Yep.
Here, honey.
You don't like that?
You have 2 more coming to you.
Well, you want that?
Oh, he didn't like them.
Come here. You don't like that?
You don't like them, baby?
You want this?
Oh my
You know
goodness.
it's food? No?
You don't like them, baby? You're just too excited. He's just too excited, I guess.
No?
Yeah, I think he's excited. No, I guess he doesn't like him. Boy, he loved him always before. So, Chris, will you be back? When will you be back?
I don't know. Depends on if I need to do anything over here.
I mean, will you be back in a week, or will you be back and forth, or will you?
I might be back and forth.
Or will she come in?
It depends.
What, dear?
I think.
He's always liked these. But I guess he was too excited. No wonder the dog is excited. He's left alone all day long. He never barks. So I looked him in the eye, or I tried to. I tell him that you're a very nice dog. And he wouldn't look me back in the eye again. He looked up at Chris. And you know something? This dog looks like Chris, like Burton. This dog on the package looks like that dog. Well, I'm glad that she's not leaving him alone all week for somebody to come in and out, and that he's going to have Chris's company. What day is it? Saturday? August the 20th. It's summer, folks. It's summer. It's summer. I rejoice, and don't think that there's only about 3 weeks left. There's only 3 weeks left. Here's a memory. Homegrown tomatoes, Bob and Paul Snyder. The tomatoes you get in the supermarkets are no good. They're hopeless. I don't know what they do to those beautiful creations, but they do know how to ruin them. Whatever they do to them ruins them. Tomatoes from the supermarket, NG, no good. But these have flavor and texture and color and beauty. Well, folks, this is Sunday morning communion. What's it all about? Staying in touch, being one with the cosmos, being one with it all, working together. And where do we begin? You saw the departure of the band of people going to Boston, and after we took Route 20 straight east until it met Route 22 in New Lebanon, past the Lebanon racetrack. We must have gone over Lebanon Mountain. We must have. And on to Route 22, which is a very interesting route. I've seen it in Scarsdale, New York, Mount Vernon. I've seen it goes all into Connecticut. Excuse me, it goes into New Jersey. And it goes all, I think it goes all the way up the Canadian border. It's a very interesting route. It's along the New York-Massachusetts border. And got onto I-90, the Massachusetts Turnpike, and went from New Lebanon to through the edges of all the beautiful towns. And trespassing. Worcester, Framingham, and Boston, and in Boston I turned on the camera and showed you Boston. It's not South Boston. Buildings, 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 and concrete. I wanted to go home. And we had trouble finding the Westin Hotel because they said waterfront. I didn't see any water. Well, a glimpse. And into their underground parking lot, and both Victoria and M. Chapin said that the GPS was wrong. Told them to make a U-turn when they just should have made a left turn. And they wanted to register, and I saw no need to register for the convention of the Alliance for Community Media. This is a great thing. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy that that exists. Why? I'm just so happy. Because it perpetuates public access, and people all over the country doing it, and little tiny stations, and people came from Washington State and from California. Oh, and Metro East was there and got an award. They're in Portland, Oregon. And the exhibits were so good, and I showed you the latest in electronics. And then after that, they gave away prizes, and they had a hors d'oeuvres, and the food was terrible. Oh, the food was terrible. And it wasn't a dinner. You just stood around and ate a little tiny cup of pudding, and it was awful. And I guess it cost money. Mr. Anthony Riddle gave us 6 free tickets. So while we were doing that, my great friend Mr. Bruce Bergman and his wonderful $2,000 or $3,000 Canon camera, and Victoria had her $4,000 or $5,000 camera. With lens on it this big. Yeah, the lens was this big, folks. The camera was this big. And then Michael, the president of the Alliance for Community Media, made an introduction, and he introduced a young man telling jokes. And I didn't hear the jokes, too bad, but the audience's response was very, very good. It was nice to hear them laugh. Next time I'll sit next to one of those speakers that stands up. I mean an electronic speaker, I don't mean a person. And there goes a black cat. Hold it, I want to watch where the cat's going. Make sure the cat is all right, and make sure that everybody around the cat is okay. And then after the jokes, the man and a woman who sang a lovely song and had a beautiful costume, it was Hispanic, they gave out the hometown awards to all the little public access TV stations across the country, in all different kinds of categories. And they stopped that after a raucous 30 minutes or so. And then a board member of the Alliance for Community Media introduced a video they had made about public access. I hope my friends made a video of all this. I turned the brand new Canon camera over to M. Chapin, and Victoria said she was doing it on hers camera, and Bruce Bergman was doing it on his video and still camera ensemble. I can't play you the Canon one until I get the connector from the Canon camera to an RCA phono to the DVD recorder. But I hope to do that. I hope that comes Monday from Adorama. Adorama is a very interesting site for getting camera equipment. Adorama. They're quite entertaining. And then everything was very quiet. Everything was very, very quiet. And then Michael asked the audience of what, 2, 3, 4, 500? If they were born before 1972. And then he introduced the story of Glendora Vesta Folsom, born in May 1st, 1928, started public access in 1972, fought for its existence in the courts, and made, and I was amazed, all of his stats were correct. 11,300 shows, 44 years, and 63 TV stations from Boston to San Diego. Well, the cheers made the rafters ring because this was such a great asset of public access TV. All of those stats just make public access TV look so grand. And the cheering and the applause. And then I got, when it stopped a little, I got to the microphone and I said, "Hi folks, how are you tonight?" And they answered. You ask that to an audience and they all answer. Isn't that cute? And then I said that Michael and Anthony Riddle, I asked them how much time I had with you, and they said 30 seconds. And I said, I'll save that for the applause. And that amused them. And then I said, but I do want to tell you one joke. And I told them one joke, one of our best. It was about the church that had a Bible selling contest, and the man who sold the most Bibles stuttered, folks. He stuttered severely. And the parishioners asked him, what did you say to the people to sell the most Bibles? And he said, I just said, do you want to buy a Bible, or do you want me to read it to you? Well, their enjoyment was an enjoyment to see. And then I left. And all my friends said everybody was standing up and applauding for public access TV and for the glory of the God and the glory of the universe and the glory of the cosmos. We're standing up, applauding. Oh, that's wonderful for public access TV. And as soon as I sat down, M. Chapin came over and whispered to me, "Can we go now?" And I said, yes. So I gathered up Helen, who was in the wheelchair. She's 87 years old, Gloria's mother. What a wonderful thing Gloria did for her mother. Helen was sickly the first part of the week, as I told you, but she recovered. She always recovers. And she was dressed elegantly. Oh my goodness, she was dressed in flowing veils. Oh, she was lovely. And so was Gloria, always, and all of her daughters dressed beautifully. And so I made sure I had a hold of Helen's wheelchair, and Gloria was behind her. And Victoria professional Canon camera. And so is Victoria, but hers won't even be started for 2 weeks. And then we went out in the hall, and then people gushed out with all kinds of congratulations and asked to have photos taken. And these people were from all over the place. One man from Quincy Public Access TV, he was very excited about the whole accomplishment for Public Access TV. Another one from Washington State. And then as we tried to move through that and get to the car in the parking underground, another man came up behind and he wanted a photo. So we were very happy to do that. And we saw in the lobby about 10 airline hostesses, all with their little caps and uniforms. And I told the group, as we were the entourage, I told them, hold it, I have a joke for airline hostesses. And I went over and told it to them about the 2 little old ladies who got on the airplane, and one of them asked the hostess, is this flight faster than sound? And the hostess says, no, not this one. And the little old lady says, oh good, because we want to talk. And they enjoyed that in a very limited way. Maybe they didn't understand English, but they enjoyed the goodwill, I'm sure of that. And so we wiggled our way down escalators and elevators and got way down underground and found Madeline's car. Oh, and I gave the parking cost $36. Now, is that or is that not an out-and-out rip-off? That's no way to live. That is terrible. The tolls were $5.80 down, $5.80 back, and then on that other interstate, $1.25 and $1.25. What's that, folks? 6, 12, 13, 14. The gasoline was 20. Not bad, huh? We gave the young man about the parking $5. I never should have done that. And $2 for Bear aspirin, which we didn't use. We took it in case anybody got a headache. I think it came out to about $75. The other people stopped and went to the bathroom. Give my urinary system credit all day long. Not until 8:30 in the evening. And so they spent some money getting snacks somewhere along a rest stop. A man interviewed me in the afternoon from Belmont TV, and folks, they live streamed it to the internet. How do you do that? You go to the site, the Alliance for Community Media, and you go to the live streaming, and you can see it happening right there. And this young man named Zach thinks he wants a career in television. And I told him how I made my commitment. He's 21. I made my commitment to television at 23 and have been loyal to it for, what, 60 years? 70 years? What's 1953 to now? And I encouraged him. I gave him a very good interview and made him feel at ease. And it was probably the most fun, he said, interview for him that day. And then they have a control room out in the ballroom where they have all these electronics set up and how they stream this ride. Isn't it wonderful? Where are we now? Well, Victoria's GPS told us the right way to exit, and we didn't get lost. We didn't make one wrong turn. Straight shot, northwest, Boston to Albany. And I asked Victoria, what did you like best about the award? And she said, the joke. And the fact that you got a standing ovation. That public access TV got a standing ovation. I asked Marilyn what she liked about it, and she said, well, just the whole fact. 44 years and 11,000 shows and 63 TV stations. That's what I like best. And then she says, and a standing ovation in the joke. Those people so wonderful to support me. 4 of them kept me upright. And then Bruce, that would be 5. So our group together was 6. We brought 6 people to that convention. My nephew, Scott, Brian Erskine. My nephew Brian Erskine in Nashua, Hampshire did not make it. My friend Billy Adrian, manager for public access for Charter Communications, did not make it. Austin did not make it. Austin, my helper, who's a junior in college, did not make it. He's been with me since he was a junior in high school. Madeline, Chapin, and Victoria said that I was asleep for an hour coming up. That would be probably from Framingham up as far as Beckett, maybe around Beckett, just south of Lee and Lenox, just south of the Berkshires. Home to the Happy House 3 at midnight. Madeline, wonder of vitality, unpacked everything. So far as I know, nothing has been left in her car, and brought everything in, unpacked. I had my lunchbox was this long, this wide, and this deep. All vegan food to serve others. It's a good thing, because I say the food there was terrible. And she put things away in the refrigerator so they wouldn't spoil, and emptied the lunchbox, put it away. This is at midnight. I gave her a box of vegan Cedar Farms turkey slices made of green. And I gave her a quarter of a bag of potato chips to make sure she had something to eat when she went home. And I think by 1 o'clock I was in bed. I slept until 5 and got up the usual time, 5 a.m. and laid the foundation for the day. You know, the bathroom and the tidying the house and taking care of .com kitty cat. And then started making more videos, more public access TV shows. What else? 11,294, 5, and 6. And they go very well. First of all, you put up the titles, the words on the screen, and then the SD from the JVC camera goes into the DVD recorder, and you have the monitor, and then you make sure the titles are okay, and then you run the signal out of the DVD recorder across to rack 1 of DVD recorders, where there are disc recording for the TV show on DVD for Chat with Glendora on Public Access TV. It was an hour and 45-minute video. And then out of the DVD recorders doing the TV shows into the monitor. And that way you can monitor what's going on. Do you think it would be possible to run the signal out of the DVD recorders for the TV stations into the computer? Yes, it would be. I know it would be. And I have a cable that will do that. It's an RCA phono on this end, and it's a USB, SVU, whatever it is, for the computer on that end. But I can't monitor it. so far as I know. Do you know? If we could do that, the whole process would be done in like 2 hours instead of 6 hours. So, and 8 fresh tomatoes from the Paul and Bob Snyder from their garden. Brought the Joy book up to date, just what I'm doing now, telling you, making a record of it in handwriting, very bad handwriting, and catching up on Count Blessings and Rejoicing 40 per hour for all of the time, but they were pretty well up to date. Take care of .com Kitty all day, and she was alone all day Saturday from 9 o'clock to midnight. She was alone. I'm glad it was only for one day, and I never want it to be another day. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. So I think we are up to date. What do you have to tell me? David Scott should call me. He's my protege. I'm trying to teach him. He wants to be on public access TV, so I'm trying to teach him how to do that. And instead of going out and getting a little camera and putting it on a tripod and sitting down and talking to you and telling you what's on his mind, he got into a GoPro for $300, and he didn't know how to use it, and he taught himself to use it, and he put it on the computer, and it all came out like that, jumps. And he learned how to deal with that and make it smooth, and now he's got a video. And I said, well, that's wonderful, that's fine, but what I'd like to have you do is get a disc made and get over to the TV stations and ask him. He wants to promote 2 products of his. And I keep telling him, you cannot do anything commercially on public access TV. It is against the law. There are very serious public access laws, federal, state, and municipal. So I told him about leased access TV, where you can go to the TV station, you can buy a half an hour of time, pay for it, and advertise anything you want. Is that all for yesterday? I think so. How are you? Jokes? Okay. Teacher, the little boy. Why weren't you in school yesterday? Little boy. My mother took me to the cemetery. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody dead? Yeah, they all were. Marilyn says that she has teeth like stars. They come out at night. What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? And a man went into a haberdashery shop, a men's shop, and he said to the owner, may I please try on that navy blue suit in the window? And the owner says, no, you will have to use the dressing room. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best vision by night and by day, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. There's so many beautiful truths in that little old Irish hymn, but the English is so awkward, or the Irish is so awkward, but the truth is there. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not all else to me save that thou art. Thou my best thought by by day, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. That was done like a prisoner, behind 8 bars looking for the key. Now, I never wanted to get into computer. When computer began to hit the society with a bang and a crash, and I saw all these people on the computer, and the cursor wasn't on the screen, the cursor was a person doing it, I said, I do not want to get involved in this. It's all together. Too much time. It takes too much time, and that's not where we should be spending our time. We should be spending our time helping others. Moving the cosmos forward. Keeping it going. Keeping it growing. And instead of talking to others, people had their nose into the computer and the computer phones. But it is a wonder. It is a grand and glorious discovery, invention, marketing. Are we all through? Have we covered everything? What joke shall we put up on Facebook? Which of the jokes do you like the best this morning on Facebook? I don't think I can see well enough out here. The light is so strong. What? You know, that's the way it is. Well, maybe I can. Shall we do it? Why do you come with 20 screens that we don't want? We may not do it, folks. There's 4 big circles, people talking to me, and I can't get to it. Should we try gallery? I think we should turn off the camera and work this out privately. I think I will, folks. Okay, sorry. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. What else do we say thou by day or by night? Waking.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Gloria. I got your message, and I just want to let you know I am definitely going tomorrow, going with you to Boston. My mother is feeling much better, and she wants to go really bad. So, we will be joining you. No doubt about it. Okay. Talk to you later. Let me know you got this message.
And boy, folks, did they. They stayed 2 days longer than we did.
To erase this message erased. End of messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press... To listen to the messages you've deleted during this session, press 5. To exit, press star. Pound.
Hi, folks. The teachers said to the little boy, why weren't you in school yesterday? And the little boy says, my mother took me to the cemetery. A teacher says, oh, I'm sorry, somebody dead? And the little boy says, yeah, they all were. Hi folks, what do you think of this lighting? It's different. Let's try it out and see what you think of it. What are we up to today? Well, it's the first thing on a Monday morning, the 4th week of August. We still got 2 more weeks in August. And we've got 3 weeks in September, and that's all summer. And what is this? This is a refresher. This is a pep talk. This is to help us remember. I need your help to remember that the universe, the cosmos, that is God. And I need your help to remind us that we're not separate from God. God is not over here and we're over there. No, we are one with God. And we go all day long, working together, making the universe better, keeping it going, keeping it growing. We all join into it with joy and with happiness and with enthusiasm and with fun and with laughter. And we put aside self and ego. We have nothing to do with self or ego. It isn't for us, it isn't for me individually or you individually. No, it's for the union. It's for the cosmos. It's for the cosmos, for the universe. It's for the cosmos, for the universe. That's our reminder on the first day of the 4th week of August. Word. Acuminate. Acuminate. What's acuminate mean? It means tapering to a slender point. What's a perfect example of that? The leaf of a pine tree, tapering to a slender point. Or maybe this is an example of it. Our hymn is, Come thou almighty King, help us thy name to sing, help us to praise. Father all glorious, o'er all victorious, come and reign over us, teach us to pray. Now, it's an old-fashioned hymn. Things have changed, things have moved greatly. That's the style of the universe, constant motion, constant progress. So let's bring it up to date. Come thou almighty King, of course, the universe and the cosmos. That is the rule. That is the ruler. And help us thy name to sing. I would say that that would mean help us to think of that, and only of that. And that will make us sing, and that will make us happy. Help us thy name to sing. Father, all glory goes to the universe and to the cosmos. All glory. The world's longest running public access television show. 44 years, 11,300 shows, and 63 television stations. That's all to the glory of the universe, the cosmos. We all worked on it. The numerous people at the television stations, they all worked so hard on it. The work that was done here, the work that was done by Chapin and by Carrie and by Austin and by Tammy, and it was a team effort, okay? It was a product of the universe, of the cosmos, and nobody takes it as ego or as self. Father, all glorious, So we're all victorious, of course. Cosmos, universe, God, always victorious. Helping others. You know, back along, we got up to where we are by talking about helping others. To us, that was God. That was God helping others. What is God? God is helping others. And that's before we came into the great big insight that others is the universe, others is the cosmos. And that we don't want any separation from it. We want the unity. We want the unity, we want the oneness. We don't want to take a part of it and say, it's ours, and we're better than somebody else, and we're richer than somebody else, and we've got more than somebody else. We don't want to do that. Because we know that is not happiness. We know that is not the way. We know that is not progress. Come and reign over us. Teach us to pray. Now pray. Pray. I never saw petition. I never could see petition. Oh God, somebody's sick, heal him. God knows that person is sick. God knows what will heal that person. God doesn't need us to tell God what to do. So what kind of prayer does that leave us? Joy, one with another, over how it's all run, how beautifully it's run, and over its miracles and its mysteries, and its accomplishments, and its attainments, and its achievements. An old-fashioned airplane. The blue is gone. Well, the blue is there, but there's shots of those poisonous puffs. The goo. That's one that that's one we have to think about. Hey, teach us. Okay, that's it. We've done our hymn. We've done our word. The man came into the restaurant and he said, "Is the chef in?" And the waitress says, "No, he went out to eat." And the sign in the coffee, and the sign in the restaurant window about coffee, don't make fun of our coffee. Someday you'll be old and weak too. And what do you call a veterinarian who specializes in elephant skin disease? What? What do you call a veterinarian who specializes in elephant skin disease? A dermatologist? A pachydermatologist. A pachydermatologist is a veterinarian who specializes in elephant skin disease. Daddy, I can do something you can't do. What? Grow up. What did you do yesterday? What, your show and tell. We did 25 telephone calls, and they are all, it's a ministry, folks. Many of them are about a chat with Glendora. Barbara Mooney is sitting up. I didn't know that in addition to all the other things, that she did have a stroke. She wants to go home. She's ready to go home, she says, and she's calling to go home, and she's insisting on it. Why not? I never want to be away from my home. I went away from my home one day. That was too much. And you're right, Barbara. We are on your side. You should be home. So hurry up and do whatever they want you to do so that you can get home. And it's terrible that you're not at home, and we certainly sympathize with you. We are recovering from the trip to Boston on Friday, August 19th. funny, all that hoopla and all of that applause and all of those cheers and everything, but we don't have an award. I don't have anything to show you. It's going to be in the mail. But that's the power of the Spirit. The power of the Spirit can do that. Alrighty. Which one of these jokes shall we send up to the Facebook? You want to do that? You want to send a joke to the Facebook? Come and reign over us, ancient of days. Yeah, let's take one of yesterday's jokes that we didn't use for the Facebook. Think we can bring this off? Probably not. This is an Android. It's a $200 phone. It's used very heavily. I think it's going to wear out. And have to be rested. Okie dokie. We'll go to photo. Okay. We've got a picture of you. Should we send that up instead of turning it around? Your camera's good and your tripod's good. The house is not that attractive. Well, you want to? Or do you want to turn it around? Hi there, everybody. How are you today? What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? Well, okay, let's play it back. Hi there, everybody. How are you today? What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? Okay, let's share it. There it is. It's a cute little thing. And there's a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. Share. And that's what it's all about. The universe, the cosmos, and God. It's all about share. Share it with whom? Well, the only one I know how to do is Facebook. Do you want to say anything? No. Okay. Post. And leave it alone. I think I'm on the verge of learning how to share it with Twitter. YouTube is an older technology, but it's still grand and glorious. Can you share it with YouTube? No, we haven't learned how to do that. Now Austin is coming tomorrow. And Austin is... I just heard it quit. Do you think it's done it already? Austin is very keen and shrewd and sagacious and perspicacious on the computer. And I want him to go through all these apps on this computer telephone and take out those apps that do not apply, an application that does not apply. And then I want him to show us how to share the joke with YouTube. and go through all of the connectors. And where does this end go? What does that go into? And what does this end go into? And sort out all of the RCA phonos, the ones that are just one channel audio, the ones that are short and the ones that are long, and then sort out the ones that have 2 channels of audio, sort out all of those connectors. And you can go from a DVD recorder or player to the internet. Then we have several camcorders. We have a camcorder that has to be charged on the computer. We have 5 or 6 camcorders, 6 or 7 camcorders. We have an old Android, 3 or 4, 5, 6 years before this one, and see what its capacity is, and see what its usefulness is, and how we can either retire it or employ it. So that's Austin. When? Tomorrow. If he gets out of bed in time. And if he can get here before the day is over. May thy rich grace impart strength to our fainting heart. Our zeal inspire. Oh, hear us while we pray. Take all our guilt away. Oh, let us from this day be wholly thine.
First place, we should insist that if the immigrant who comes here in good faith becomes an American and assimilates himself to us, he shall be treated on an exact equality with everyone else.
James Dixon, reading.
For it is an outrage to discriminate against any such man, because of creed or birthplace or origin. But this is predicated upon the person's becoming in every facet an American and nothing but an American. There can be no divided alliance here. Any man who says he is an American but something else also isn't an American at all. We have room but for one flag, the American flag. We have room for but one language here, and that is the English language. And we have room but for one sole loyalty, and that is a loyalty to the American people. Theodore Roosevelt.
This was read by James
You
Dixon.
can't get rich in politics unless you're a crook. Harry S. Truman. The real reason that we can't have the 10 Commandments in a courthouse, you cannot post, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not lie in a building full of lawyers, judges, and politicians. It creates a hostile work environment.
End of message. To erase this message, 7. To save it, press pound.
Hi folks, it's Glendora. What did the judge say to the dentist? What? What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth?
Nice.
There's this is the Boston trip and the exhibits of public access TV equipment that the exhibitors put up for sale. And this was on August the 19th in Boston. And the video was put up the next day, Saturday. Then this is on YouTube. 18 views on the Boston one, and the one that went up 4 days ago is 28 views on YouTube. Hey Madeline, how are you today?
I'm good, Glennie.
What was your impression of the Alliance for Community Media convention in Boston?
Well, my impression was that there's an awful lot of people involved in it, which of course makes sense, and there are many, many new gadgets, and I had the fun time of using a 3D, what do you call it when you put the thing?
Virtual?
Virtual. Oh my goodness, so much fun. I enjoyed doing that.
You did?
I did, yes. And Boston is beautiful, beautiful city, and the hotel was lovely, and the hors d'oeuvres were very good, and then it was a wonderful joy to see you get your award. That was a lot of fun. A lot of people knew you there. You were like a celebrity.
What? A lot of people what?
Knew you. You were like a celebrity.
Oh.
People were stopping you all over the place.
I thought it was, I thought you had one of the best comments about what did you like best about the reward. Nobody else said this. The very fact that it was 44 years and 11,000 shows and
Yes.
63 TV stations.
Yes.
Just that alone, not all the hoopla that went with it, the applause, but just the very fact
Right.
that stands, that
Yes.
record stands.
It's a wonderful record. And
Yeah,
it's,
it's
a,
good, the
it's
glory
like
of-
a lifetime achievement award, really. It really is.
It really is.
And you got plenty more to do, so don't rest on your laurels.
How old was I when I started it? I started it in 72. So what's 28 from 72?
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, it's about I was 40 when I started it.
Oh, yeah. That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you for your great driving, and we had nothing went wrong with the trip down.
No,
Nothing went wrong with the trip
That was
back.
a very long ride.
Yeah. Thanks, Madeline.
You're welcome.
Where are you going now, Glendora? Madeline and I are going to the free vegan supper at Albany at 33 Clinton Avenue. Every Monday night it's there. What route are you on? Route 7, County Route 7. Isn't it pretty? Rensselaer County. Free vegan food every Monday. 33 Central Avenue, Clinton. Oh, it was delicious, folks. The salad was so tasty and unusual, and the soup. There's Dr. Chan. He's the driving course.
Is there a ladies' room in there?
Yeah, there's a ladies' room, yeah.
Sunville.
Do you have a dream?
Do I have a dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have many. Is that a fair answer?
You want to help the people?
Yeah, I think large-scale change with social policy would do it. Yeah, I kind of want to be at the table, you know, like
Yeah.
the social justice hand at the table. So
What
we'll
you-
see if
what-
I get there.
And what got you into it? What started you?
I don't know. I've always had just a propensity to want to see the best in everyone, and I think that social work is something where you get to just see people do remarkable things, you know.
Yes.
People have situations that they come out of, and you couldn't write, you know, that in any kind of movie. And I don't know, it's amazing to kind of witness that change, and if possible, just be there to assist along the way. You know, I think people are kind of like born with all of the tools that they need, and sometimes you just have a person kind of interact with you and kind of show you yourself, kind of a thing. So I think people always have that strength within them, and it's brilliant to be able to see that every day.
And when did you decide to get your master's degree?
Let's see. I was sitting at my desk job in accounting, and I decided I should kind of go back and do what my heart was telling me to do.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. What year was that, dear?
It was just a few years ago, so that was when I was 26.
Yeah.
And I'd been working for like 5 years
Yeah.
at an accounting firm, and the people were wonderful there, and they're so kind to me.
Yeah, oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for chatting with me.
Where did it go? Where did it go? It went so quickly. Henry Johnson Boulevard and Central Avenue. The people, Dr. Chan?
Well, we're here every Monday. We're Food Not Bombs. We get a lot of volunteers and we serve a lot of different people. People who are refugees, people who are homeless, people who come from minority backgrounds, or just anyone who wants to come in and eat. And we're here on Mondays, every Monday from 5 to 7, and we give out vegan food and groceries.
And the food is good.
And the food is awesome.
You like it,
It's very good, yes.
And you pass this on to your students at the State University of New York at Albany?
Yes, definitely. I definitely will, because that's part of the social work mission, right? And I'm a professor of social work at Albany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you so much for doing it, and you should get an award.
Well, thank you, Glendora, and congratulations on your award. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
You think it's an arrest?
There is that young man leaning against the car. The red hat is a female police officer. See, and there's 2 police officers right there. And they are arresting that young man. He is in cuffs.
He's in cuffs?
Yes. Yeah. And there were 4 or 5 different police cars there. One undercover, and the rest were lights a flashing. Now, Glennie, are you saying I take this? I go straight through?
Bless those dear people helping anybody they can.
Boy, look at that instant change in the housing. It went from really, really bad and 50 feet down the road, really, really nice. Just like that. That's amazing. Look at how nice these houses all are, Glennie, compared to what we just came through. That's amazing.
Apparently they're trying to reconstruct.
I think they
Started
are.
at the bottom and went up.
I think so. That's what they did in Hudson. They started at the top and went down.
Hi, church. What a big church.
Okay, so we're still going down the hill, Glenn.
Oh, you can't go any farther. What are all those trees?
What trees?
Look.
Oh, trees. There's trees all over the place in here. Here's a couple right here. But look over to the left, there's some too. See them? This is the Sheridan Hollow Parking Facility. So this must be is there a Sheraton motel around here? I've never been on this street.
You're doing fine, Grandma.
Who's Grandma?
No.
Okay, so now we are at Chapel Street.
South Pearl? You want South Pearl, North Pearl, Broadway?
I do, huh? Oh boy.
Any one of those?
I don't know where we
I would
are.
go to the end and turn
Okay.
left there.
Alrighty. But he seems to be turning left here. Except us. this nice outdoor eating. Excuse me. Wow. So you want me to go left?
Yes.
Okay.
And look for a sign that says Route 20. Okay? Route 9, Route 20. All right there?
Yeah. I see 787. I see 32. I see 9. I see 9 north and 9 south.
9 south is good.
Okay, 9 south. 9 south it is. 9 south.
Looks to me like the Dunn Memorial, doesn't it?
I think so. So I want 9 south. Not north to Troy. That makes sense.
Wasn't that a nice route?
That was. Isn't that beautiful, that building? All right, now we're not on it yet, right? So you want Rensselaer, Empire Plaza, 9 south.
Rensselaer.
9 south, right? Look at that, Glennie. Isn't that spectacular? This idiot. Hurry to be dead.
We just went from Albany County to Rensselaer County. This is routes 9 and 20. A candy bar that isn't chocolate, hooray. Coconut. How do you make things like that? How do you do that stitching? Well, that's lovely. All washed and clean and back on, and it fits perfectly. How do you do those things? Who? All of you. And you, American Red Cross, thank you for the blanket, the memory of 2009 or so, the ice storm, when it rained and then it froze and the poor tree limbs cracked and hit the electric wires and knocked out the heat. And you took care of us 6 nights, protected us from 30-degree weather, and gave us this blanket and said we could take it home. Thank you, American Red Cross. Oh, this is fun. And the contour sheet, so sweet and clean. And when I was a little girl in Maine, we would go upstairs. No central heating. and the rooms were cold, and it was 40 degrees below zero, and the sheets were cold. And since then, I have never slept on a sheet because it would be too cold. So what did you sleep on? Blankets. Always slept on blankets. Here, let me show you. On a nice soft blanket. A teddy bear blanket. And a blanket on top. No sheets. They're cold in the wintertime. And there it is. In washed splendor. Oh, don't let anything happen to that bed. Oh. Princess dog, come here, honey. Princess dog. Princess dog. Princess dog. Yeah, princess dog. Is that so, honey? Oh, really? All right, well, I'll go get them. I'll go get them for Princess Dog. No, I'm not going anywhere today, but somebody's supposed to come and see me today. Austin is home from college in Boston. He goes to college in Boston. He's supposed to come today. What are you going to do today, Ken?
Same as I usually do. Probably not too much.
Did you get pictures from the wedding?
Yeah,
Are you going to show them to me?
I don't have them right now. I'm still waiting for my... I don't have the camera, so...
Well, don't you have hard copies?
No.
Aren't they going to give you any?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Come on, you going this way? You going this way? You going this way? Yeah, let's go this way, Princess. How's your car running?
Good.
I'm hoping to get this one going. I think we got the wires replaced.
You going to drive it?
I hope it starts.
You going back on the road?
No, not on the road, honey, never. No, neither one of them on the road. This one runs beautifully, the 93. That one runs beautifully. But I just want the satisfaction that it runs. It was running perfectly. Beautiful out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, honey. Thank you, Sue Casey, for bringing me all of these miracles from Price Chopper. They've all been washed with fruit wash. Did you ever hear of fruit wash? I got it from the vegan store in Rockville, Maryland, now permanently closed. But it did its job when we couldn't get things vegan at the big stores. Kiwi, blackberries or boysenberries, her tomatoes from her little garden, delectable, succulent, one peach, bananas. Now isn't that something? And cantaloupe. Do we not live in a splendid world? Wow, and why could we ever ask for more? No petitioning. Never ask for more. We have more than we can use. We have an abundance, an overflowing abundance, an ample sufficiency. Thank you, all of you in the universe, all of you. Vegetables, plants, animals, and people. Thank you all.
Glendora, this is Dick Mooney. If you want to see Barbara, how about tomorrow? Pick you up around noon, and we'll go then. Okay, so have a good day. Bye.
Oh, Dick Mooney, that was my chance to go see Barbara. Oh no, everything converged on the one day.
To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. To replay this message, press 4. To get...
Glendora, this is Dick Mooney. If you want to see Barbara, how about tomorrow? Pick you up around noon, and we'll go then. Okay, so...
Oh, Dick, I'm so sorry.
Bye.
Barbara, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry.
End of message.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Pastor Scott Bartlett. I am in Germany, and I'm on international I'm calling right now. So I will be back in Los Angeles on at the end of the weekend. And I have a memorial service for my grandmother on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'd be happy to make that phone call, or Monday and thereafter, make that phone call to that pastor in New York. But I'm still in Germany, doing the Lutheran tour, and so I will call you once I get back to Los Angeles, and that way I won't need to charge international rates. Okay? God bless you. Thanks for calling and thinking of me, and I'll look forward to talking with you when I get back. God bless you. Bye-bye.
May the Lord bless you and keep you, my dear friend.
End of message.
Thank you.
To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. To replay this message, press...
Hi, Glendora.
Hi there, folks. It's Glendora. What did the judge say to the dentist? What did the judge say to the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? The top of the key came off of the pad.
That's good. That's good. Come on.
Thank you. What was the challenge there?
Just like finagling the look. I feel like it's not going to be on here forever. It looks kind of like a little wobbly, but I mean it's just staying on for at least a little while. And you always got the tape if you gotta. You know.
Maybe I'm mixed up.
I believe you.
May 1st, 1928. She started her programming with a children's broadcast in 1953. Program SS Glendora. In 1972, she set her sights on the previously unknown thing called public access television in Manhattan. She created her Chat with Glendora programs on 1/4-inch Sony Portapac tape. If you were born after 1972, ask someone else in the room what we're talking about. Technology, it changes. She's produced and self-distributed her program for 44 years since that time. Chat with Glendora is now seen on 63 public access stations from Boston to San Diego. She's cablecast more than 11,300 programs. That's sustaining. Yeah. Glendora is the true heart and soul of a public access producer. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that she has fought for us, and sometimes she's even fought against us and with us. But what cannot be denied is her persistence and her belief in the importance of what we all do. She may not have done 11,300 programs, but the dedication that you know is the dedication that she knows. Tonight we'd like to honor her, one of our most prolific, long-lived, and enduring community producers, Glendora. Best of Folsom, please come.
And how are you today? You are blessed. You have sunshine. You have summer. What kind of an airplane is that? Is that an old-fashioned airplane or a new one? In between? Are you going to call me up and show and tell? I thought of some things that I could have said at the award that applied to public access TV had I been given an opportunity to speak, and I wasn't. And I think that's regretted now. But for one thing, we were on page 2. We're up to 49,500 telephone calls since the year 2003. That would be 13 years. 49, that's almost 50,000 telephone calls. And I would say half of those were about public access TV, calling the stations and the renewals and so that's an interesting fact to know. And again, 44 years, 11,290. Let's see, today we're in the process of doing 11,297, 98, 99, 300. 11,300 shows. 63 TV stations, Boston to San Diego. The Glendora Public Access Television Network. Do you know of any other like that? That's a dimension that wasn't mentioned in the awards, except for 63 television stations. The Glendora Public Access Television Network with 63 affiliates. Do you have any questions? And again, I point out the fact that the reason public access is so great is that these airwaves, these frequencies, these electromagnetic waves belong to the public. And since when is anybody entitled, like NBC, ABC, or CBS, since when are they entitled to take over these public airwaves and to manipulate them and make millions of dollars? And then the public can't get on its own airwaves. So the great thing about public access television is that some grassroots people in Manhattan saw that these are the public's airwaves. They saw the multiple channel capacity of cable TV, and so somehow or other they got a law passed by Congress that a municipality can charge a cable company money for running their cables along the public way. And the cable operator said yes, because if a cable operator didn't say yes, there were 10 cable operators behind them. And they were right about this was going to be a good business, because Cablevision was just sold to Altice for billions of dollars. So if they didn't say that, they would lose the franchise, and the next fellow would get it. And further, not only did they have to pay for the right-of-way to run their cables along the streets, but they had to give the public channels. The public had to have its own channel, community voice. The governments had to have their own channel, and the schools had to have their own channel. Public, educational, and government, PEG, P-E-G. Cablevision thought they could take Glendora's chat with Glendora off the TV in Nassau County, Long Island. Well, when they did, Glendora sued, and the court ruled that the plaintiff, Glendora, had a right to be on television, must be returned to television, and Cablevision lost. And it happened. When was that? I think it was around 1995. Some TV stations are adroit, astute, perspicacious, and return Glendora's diss, the programs, honorably. Some are very, very bad. The worst ones are Highland Park, outside of Chicago, Illinois, and Middletown, New York. 10 calls to get them back? No, I'm up to about 20. Keep it going. Keep public access TV going. And the Alliance for Community Media is certainly doing that. And give Michael and Anthony great applause for that, and their board, and all of the workers, and all of the TV stations who attend. Last night, from the Canon, the new Canon camcorder, we went to DVD, and I don't think it's that great. It certainly gives the content is that great, but the video work is not good. Well, what difference does that make? The content is there. We've gone all over the different formats, from live to Sony Portapack to 3/4 inch U-matic cassette, the first cassette I think, maybe Betamax, but nobody uses that now. And then to 1/2 inch VHS cassette to 8mm cassettes, tape, to mini DV, this big, to discs in a camera, this big, and to SD cards, memory cards. We have at the moment only 16 TV stations who can take the program by computer. And Robert Jackson does that down in Yonkers. And we're about to add a new one at Robert Jackson, which will be Bolton, Connecticut. Amy. Amy's a great public access administrator. Where is it? Oh, Bolton? Outside of Hartford, and some, quite a ways outside of Hartford. QPTV is still hanging on to DV-Cam, not a public access format. No, not. They never should have gone into DV-Cam. I don't know why the board at QPTV does things like that. They were years behind on 3/4 inch when the rest of us was using VHS. But they're going to computer very shortly. The worst public to access TV station is the District of Columbia, DC TV. The next worst is Philadelphia. The one way out in East Hampton, Amagansett, is another bad one. I think there are a few more bad ones. Oh, Atlanta. Atlanta is very bad. San Antonio is very good. It's rolling along now. There were some pretty rough spots, but it's going smoothly now. San Diego probably held on to the taste. Good-natured Bill Putnam, whom I love. He just never could get around to sending them back. Finally, when he did send them back, folks, he had accumulated 180 TV shows. That would cover, what, a period of 5 or 6 years? Because they only get 26 a year. 20, what is it? They get 4 every 2 months. So that's 24 a year. And Chicago has a brand new building, brand new studio, brand new equipment. Good for you. And many of the charter stations are very well equipped, brand new. Willimantic I know for sure, and Winsted I know for sure. And I don't know whether Newtown has new equipment or not. Okay, tomorrow, what do you say we do pages 3? And then the next day we'll do the 4, and then 5 will be done. I made some notes for you. Austin is here. Austin is a junior in college, but he's going into senior year in a month, and he will be graduating. We're sure of that. In May of next year, 2017. His grades, he has his average is about 3.7. That's almost perfect. And he has to have that average to keep his scholarship. To God be the glory, great things he has done. So loved he the world, he gave us his son, who offered his life an atonement for sin and opened the life gate that all may come in. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear his voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he has done. They aren't going to grow bananas any longer, the little boy said. Why? They're already long enough. And what's the longest word in the English language? Smiles. Between the first letter and the last letter is a mile. I have a fly on my nose. What are you up to, fly? The ship was heaving, and the passengers were very scared. And so the captain told the mate to go out on the deck and say to them, calm down the passengers. And the mate said to the passengers, you can be comforted that we're only 2 miles from land. And that comforted them until he told them straight down. Ad in the classified news. For sale. Large crystal vase. Slightly cracked. For sale. Large crystal vase for sale by lady, slightly cracked. That was the way it came out. Large crystal vase for sale by lady, slightly cracked. We must have 100 connectors. This goes into the camera, this goes into the DVD recorder, this goes into the monitor, this goes into the DVD player. And Austin went through all those yesterday and sorted them out and bound them with rubber bands with a label on them. RCA phono correctors with one head, RCA phono connectors with two heads, RCA phono connectors with three heads. It sounds like my relatives, doesn't it? And the brand new Canon camcorder, they did not send me an RCA phono connector. So I thought there was only one input in the camcorder and it was on the outside. So I ordered from Adorama an RCA phono output from the camera and the RCA phono to go to the DVD. I have to have that to make DVD disc. Comes out when and it costs like $25. And when the package came, I looked at it, and then I looked inside the camera, and indeed there is an output inside the camera, and it's just like the JVC, and it uses a spike and the RCA phonos. Guess what? I already have 6 or 7 of those. I do the dumbest things. The weather has been great, hasn't it? Just like today, August and July, isn't it magnificent? And we have 3 more weeks before fall, 3 more weeks of summer. And we got little bears to put on the collar. And they're very appealing. We got 3 sets. They cost $50. And Austin taught Glendora how to go to the Facebook and find her videos and look at them. Austin taught Glendora how to put a joke on Facebook and then put it up, how to put a joke on the camera and put it up to Facebook. And then a faster way than putting it onto Twitter. By the way, we have 2 Facebooks. He found a faster way of doing that. Instead of uploading it from the beginning, he'll do it by links. And Austin is perspicacious, isn't he? And he is perceiving. He's not dull, stupid, or obtuse. And he's discerning. So we found a use for our word of yesterday. I took Jill to Skodak Diner yesterday, and she had spinach pie, and I had their great big French fries. They're really well done with the skins on them. Much better French fries than those little things. And I had a Napoleon, and it wasn't good at all. In fact, it's going out to compost. And here's this little fly again. Very friendly fly. And I think that's all of the news. I look forward to your show and tell. Which joke shall we put up on the Facebook? The large crystal vase for sale by lady slightly cracked. Do you know how to do this? Okay. Okay, clear all the screens. There's .com on the home page. Go to the camera. And there's the picture. And here's the button you press for the video. Okay, let's give it a try. Add in the classified section of the newspaper. Large crystal vase for sale, slightly cracked, by lady. I think we have to do that over. Add in the classified section of the newspaper. Large crystal vase for sale, slightly cracked, by lady. No. Add in the classified section of the newspaper. Large vase, crystal vase. For sale, by lady, slightly cracked. Now he told me to go back and go to Facebook. Then what do you do? Touch this over here, and that's wrong. Okay, Austin, I'm glad you're coming back today. Let me go look at my notes. There's the green thing he told me about. Press done, press post, and then the third thing isn't there. What was the third thing? Publish. And I don't see it there. Okie doke. I'm glad you're coming, Austin, to clear that mess up for me. To God be the glory, great things he hath done. So loved he the world, he gave us his Son, who offered his life an atonement for sin, and opened the life gate that all may come in. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear his voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he hath done. We are trying out the flat camcorder.
See it, look at that. Well, that was a nice thing to do.
Oh, that's fine. And all you do is screw it on the top?
Yeah.
Now, would you like to take a picture?
If you want me to, yeah.
And then to see the picture, you have to go on the computer. Is that so?
No, you can. I think you can play it back on those. It's got an AV port, so you might be able to play it onto.
Oh, could you do that for me, please?
I can give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, take an extensive picture of 1.5 minutes, would you?
Okay. I gotta turn it on first.
You can take a picture of Franklin.
16 month is 8.
We're trying to determine this camera's usability, viability, value. It's been stuck in a drawer for 7 years.
So I'm just gonna take a video.
Okay, that's a good idea. You have it taking a picture while we
Yeah.
discuss the usability of the old Android?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can make it face you. Like,
It's
well, the
about
battery also looks like it drains really quickly.
Does it?
Yeah, it was at 2 bars. It was actually, I didn't fully charge it yesterday, so maybe that's part of it. It might have barely been in the 2-bar range, and now it's down to 1. The problem with this thing is I don't think you can charge it and use it at the same time.
That's okay with me. That's not that critical.
So I guess this would be best for taking short videos.
And
you know, like, and then just like adding them to like YouTube stuff. You know?
And the nice thing about it is that it fits in your shirt pocket.
Yeah.
So I'd say let it go.
For how long? Well, I mean, like I said, it's only got 1 bar battery, and we can't test it on there if it runs out of battery.
So okay, then come over and hook it up. Oh, you've got a charger for that.
Yeah.
It's over in the
one
cable
that I just
drawer.
put away. All right. I guess I'll turn it off. I'll let it get to 1:30.
Psychology. I'm going to be in a research
These
lab.
are Maxine's granddogs.
My last semester classes.
They're visiting from Connecticut.
Wow.
And they're around 8 and 9 years old. Connecticut dogs. Madeline?
Older. We had a sugar dog.
A sugar?
A sugar dog, yeah. She was sugar. She was 40 pounds, just perfect. She was very quiet. She barked when someone came, and that was it. And she was just as smart as could be. You know what? She wasn't a genius of dogs, but she was smart in that she had one spot where she did her business, and we never had to worry about it. It was always
that's
the one spot.
very convenient.
It was very convenient. So we trained her, and then the rest didn't matter. She was a great communer of nature with me. She would sit there right next to me when I was on the deck, and
Excuse me, camera.
wonderful. You know, they're great therapy. And I had a Chihuahua, and they're food crumbs, so they're always doing something. But they're pretty good, though. They were very, very, very well trained. They could do all kinds of tricks, crazy tricks, unbelievable. Very smart. But Taco, the little one, got into the most trouble. Oh my God. He was
I
just-
love Taco.
He was just that.
Yeah, but it's only a 10-minute walk to campus, so it's like 15
I was going to
minutes.
say, Boston is easy to get around.
Yeah. The
I-
public transportation system's okay.
Is okay.
Complain
Really,
about it a lot, but it's
right. Everybody complains about it, but it's pretty good as it goes.
yeah. But you know, Albany has what, like 7 buses or something, like yeah, like it's like no public transportation in Albany.
It's awful. It's
Yeah,
awful because a couple times a couple of times getting in and around the what do you call it? The plaza where the government is
Yeah.
it's like a fortress, and you have to literally park a mile away.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the walking, and the walking is very tedious. If you have a problem walking, it's extremely tedious. The plaza is beautiful, it's a granite and marble, but the walking is very hard. The surface is very unforgiving. I have had demonstrations or rallies. It's been a problem, and finding someone to commute with is another problem.
Excuse me, camera.
Everybody's got a super busy life, so I hate going to the plaza for business. For fun, it's great.
Yeah.
You can do what you want. But you can't park here, you can't park there, even the buses, even if you take a bus.
It's like way too far away.
It's, oh my goodness.
Ooh, that's a good area.
Yes, that was a good area.
good, they found
That's a
some grass
great
to eat.
investment.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
I
probably worth
love
a lot of
that.
money.
I loved visiting them there. That was so much fun. I
Yeah.
loved it there. I really like Boston. New York City is awfully hard to get around. There's only one section that I knew really. I love China. I always loved Chinatown, and I actually felt very at home there. But
They found grass to eat.
You know, if I knew I was going to be in like a semi-formal video, it wouldn't look like I'd crawled out of a weird like underground gym or something. I don't know. Like
Underground gym.
I don't know. Like
Austin,
Okay.
Glendora, Madeline Chapin, and Carrie. I want to talk to us all about the cosmos. What is God? God is a term that has so many meanings it has almost become meaningless. And it has so many connotations. So we're going to look at God as being the universe or the cosmos, everything that exists, all there is with a capital A. That's what God is. The next concept, folks, is that God is one. It's just one, somehow or other, beyond our ability to explain. It's all connected. It's all one. It's a cohesion. It's it's just all one. There's no parts. And that one, everybody in this one works together, all together, to make the universe and the cosmos go and grow. It's going all the time and it's growing all the time. And there's a thing called ego or selfishness. And that's a funny thing. That tries to draw you away from the unity of the cosmos. It tries to get you to take part of it and say, oh boy, I'm over here and this is mine and I'm better than he is and I'm better than she is and I'm smarter than they are and I'm richer than they are. That's what you got to watch out for. You got to stay away from that ego. You got to stay away from that selfishness. And you all have to roll together, happily, joyfully, to keep the universe going and growing. That's what it's all about. And so that comes down to our terms of helping others. This a grand concept that we just considered, that comes down to our term of helping others, and we all know what that is. And that's happiness. Anybody would like to discuss it further?
do you have any discussion points? Like hey, you covered a lot of stuff there.
Sure
like,
did.
Well, we covered all there is.
I think so.
okay.
It's all
All right. All right. Do you have a prompt? Like,
You want a prompt.
yeah, sure. If you give me a prompt, I can go off on a walk for a while. Like,
You do know the great feeling of happiness you have after you've helped others?
Yes, I absolutely do know that. Yep.
And you do help others a great deal.
Well, thank you.
I have personal knowledge of that. And you too, Austin?
I try. Like, I attempt to. Yeah.
I think there's a connection between what you said about happiness and growing and going. I mean, if you become stagnant and you're not growing and you're not putting out into the universe, you can become very introverted into yourself. And when you're only thinking of yourself and not putting all that energy outwards, that can be very disruptive and disappointing, actually. So you can't be very happy if you're only doing for yourself, although some people are quite happy being narcissistic, but
well, it's kind
in
of phony
the,
happiness.
yes, I was going to say, deep down inside, I don't think they're really happy.
What do you say, Carrie?
No, I think Madeline covered it pretty well. She got a good point across.
Well, Carrie is a Girl Scout, so what's that tell you? She's interested in helping others, right?
Yeah, we help others.
Right?
That's a theme of the Girl Scouts, right?
Yeah.
It is. I think it takes a special person to be able to help others also. You know, you have to have a certain something inside of you to make you want to do that.
Do you have anything to say, Austin?
I mean, something I was thinking about is I think it's important that we don't mix up introversion and narcissism, because a lot of people just simply function like in a way where they need a lot of time alone and they need to be left alone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it's and like I mean I don't think that's what we were inferring necessarily, but that kind of thing could be construed from like what we've said so far. Yeah. So I just like want to make sure that everyone works their own way, and it's important to know how you work so you can take care of yourself so you can do the best you can for other people.
That's a good point.
Like yeah.
Yeah, actually, narcissists don't often
Yeah.
really look at themselves very closely.
Exactly. Yeah.
To be honest, so they're not really
Mhm.
introverted. That was a
Yeah.
very bad
Oh, you know,
term
it's
for me to
yeah. Don't worry
use.
about it. I just like I know
Right.
you didn't mean it that way. I
Right.
just want just it's a good thing to like highlight. I guess that like you don't have to be with people all the time in order to help them.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, and if you get tired, you can't. You just can't put the energy out because you've been around people too long. You can't do much good for them. So you need some time to wind down, be alone, gather your energy up, and then you can do it again. Like that's I don't know.
Yeah, I take a dim view of people who meditate all day long. Really, well, maybe I'm wrong, but my question is, what good are they doing the world? Sitting there meditating all day.
Well, they're not doing any harm. That's one way to look at it.
But what good are they doing the world?
Well, I mean, they're not necessarily not doing good because you wouldn't if they really truly did only sit around and meditate all day, you wouldn't even know about them because they would just be alone. So they spend their time learning about themselves, and then they often they can share it, and then maybe that knowledge is something helpful to other people. If they say, "Oh, I've learned this about myself through hours and hours of meditation," maybe it's like a starting point for someone else, so they don't need to meditate for so long to figure that kind of thing out. If a monk, meditates for 20 years and discovers like, like I have these flaws within my personality and view myself incorrectly for these ways, and then they discuss it, other people might be like, oh, maybe I should think about it that way too. And then if they figure that out, with like a couple days worth of thinking, that saves them 20 years of time, and then maybe
I think they'd be better out helping people.
Yeah, but they are helping people potentially,
For instance, Madeline, tell everybody about how Dr. Chan was helping people Monday night when we went to his vegan supper.
Yes,
for the
we went
poor
up to
people.
Albany, and they have a free vegan dinner, and surprisingly, it was right out in the middle. There's a small park where all the roads, the beginning of Washington and Central, and over to the park, there's a big median. And that's where they had their outdoor dinner. It was wonderful. And they had all kinds of people,
Mostly homeless.
Yes, many homeless, many
and
mentally
refugees.
ill,
Refugees.
immigrants, yeah. They have a variety of people, and sometimes it's very smooth, and sometimes it's not very smooth, but they really are.
Oh, the food was delicious.
The food was very good, and they're doing a really good thing.
Yeah.
Because some people, that might be the only meal they have that day.
Now, Carrie, can you name us a person who you think is very helpful to the world?
For my family?
Anywhere, the whole cosmos.
Oh, well, I guess you're very helpful, Glendora. I think that you are.
Isn't your mom a teacher?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
She teaches little kids.
Well, I certainly think your mother and father are.
Yeah.
They're always out helping somebody. Yeah. Now, Austin is a junior in college going into the senior year. He's a psychology major, and he's going to go straight through for his PhD and a fellowship the year after not. How does your psychology that you learn apply to this discussion?
Well, a lot of psychology has to do with just like understanding how and why people do things. If we know an explanation, we don't always have an explanation, not yet anyway. So that's why we're studying it. But sometimes it helps to understand, 'cause people may do things that we view as negative, and there might be a reason for it that may be out of their control, and it can help us understand, like, all right, if rather than judging this person and merely seeing them as a nuisance, or merely seeing them as a negative influence in my life, is there something I could do to help them that would not only remove the nuisance from my life, but also maybe like improve theirs? Like if someone has trouble with self-esteem, and they're constantly just making like very negative comments that drag everyone down, you could potentially work with them and try to show them that they have just as much of a right to be here as everybody else. And if maybe they'll be in better spirits this is a very basic issue, like something very straightforward. It's just like maybe improving someone's self-esteem. There are a lot more complex issues out there, But that's just an example of maybe maybe you can help them, and not only will your life be better because of the fact that like they're not saying like negative things all the time, like they're gonna be happier too. So like rather than just cutting someone out of your life because they're making you miserable, if you work with them, maybe you can fix the issue and help someone else in the process, like that kind of thing. Or even when they're not bothering you, it's like nice to know that maybe you can, like, there's a reason that you might be able to help fix for why they're down and out. It's not always an easy process, but if you give it a shot, maybe you can help. Like, yeah.
Well, healthier people would make a healthier cosmos.
Yeah.
Also, a healthier universe. People with more positive thoughts. It can't do anything but improve the world.
Carrie, what was one of the helping others that you enjoyed the most that you did?
Well, in Girl Scouts, we went to a homeless shelter and made dinner for like 50 people.
Wow.
So that was fun. And it made you feel good after doing it.
What'd you make?
I made twice baked potatoes.
Invite us next time.
Yeah, it was really good. But there was a ton, like, leftover food, so.
Did you have 50 people show up? Were there?
No. There wasn't even that many, but a lot of people were very grateful.
Was it summertime or wintertime? Do you
This
remember?
was like during the school year, I think so.
Winter.
Yeah.
Carrie, you're what, 17?
Yeah.
And Madeline, you're what?
I am 56.
And Austin, you're 24, are you?
2. Oh my
excuse
goodness, 22. Sorry, that was not intended to be as snarky as it may have sounded. Yeah, 22. Yeah.
And how old is Lenny?
88.
88.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything anybody else would like to say? Madeline, your help to the animals, to the cats and the dogs, great numbers. That gives you great pleasure?
It feeds my soul, Glendora.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. It brings me terrible sadness sometimes, but terrible joy also.
Oh.
It's a two-sided coin, that's for sure.
Really?
Yes, and I've met some of the finest people I know doing rescue.
Yeah?
Most selfless, wonderful people.
Really?
And some of the craziest.
What was one of your helps that you enjoyed the most, Austin?
I think of it. My freshman year of college, I volunteered at a middle school, and it had to do with like helping kids to like learn about like democracy and like getting involved in your community. And the program like was organized and designed in a way that was kind of stuffy and didn't really like work well for these kids specifically, so we just sort of kind of adapted it a little bit. And I felt like the kids hopefully learned something important. Like, some of them had some really ambitious ideas and were really excited, and that was like good to see. Some of them were kind of like, apathetic about it, but like, they were still being shown like, you can, get involved, and maybe it made them a little bit less apathetic. But
and people said good things about it?
Yeah, I mean the kids enjoyed it. Working with the teacher was really an enjoyable experience for me, and he told me he appreciated it. So.
I think he told you you were the best he'd ever had, didn't he?
I mean, he'd only had 3. Yeah, so
But you were the best of 3.
Yeah.
Anything else before we say our arrivederci? Anything else?
Arrivederci.
No.
Okay. Well, I certainly enjoyed this, and I should think you would have too. I hope that talking about help, that it helped you. It certainly helped me. Right? Help you? Okay, folks. God be with you. Madeline, would you get a shot of .com who listened but didn't say anything?
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, little .com was here listening.
How do I do that? Just tip it down?
Yeah.
Can you see her?
Yeah. Austin can do it for you.
Austin, can you see .com?
Yeah. Get a little shot of the kitty. She didn't say anything, but she listened to us.
Oh, thank you. I forgot you did that. You know what? And the minute I put that camera on her, she turned her head. There's a good girl.
There we go.
Okay.
Face shot.
Oh, there it goes. It's gone. We have the Glendora Franklin Museum for the preservation of the Pro Se public access newspaper record. And Austin has taken a vow to take care of the museum after Glennie goes to heaven. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And Carrie has taken a vow to take care of the museum after Glendora goes to heaven. Right, Carrie?
Yep.
And Madeline has taken a vow. Is that so, Madeline?
Yes, I have.
Right. Do you folks have any questions about it?
I mean, I've been talking to you about this for 5 years. I'm pretty well up to date with it. Yeah.
No questions, Glenn.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to take care of, don't you think?
It is now.
It's pretty straightforward, yeah. I mean,
And we have everything indexed, right? So we know where everything is and what everything is, right?
yeah, we know everything in here will fit inside of it, so that is.
And you will try to go over every Friday and just check it?
Yes.
You can do that, Carrie? And Madeline can do that, right?
Yes. Are we all doing that?
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Austin will do it when he's home.
Okay.
Right, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea where home will be in the future, but.
I was just gonna say, Glennie, depending upon where I end up, maybe I'll put it in my backyard.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to stay on the Meppins property.
No, don't do that. Leave it exactly where it is.
I mean,
Well, I'm saying,
if Madeline moves to
I was just gonna say, if I moved to California, that would be kind of tough.
She can't really commute
every Friday.
once a week, 2,800 miles across
Hopefully
the
I'm not going anywhere, Glendora.
Yeah,
We're just teasing you.
She has every intention of keeping it.
It did move very, very nicely all the way from Ghent up
That
to
was
Nassau Village, didn't it,
wildly
Austin?
stressful, yeah.
Didn't it come along nicely?
I thought it was just gonna pop off the whole time. I was like, but we
Does she know
stacked everything properly on the inside, 2 high rather than 6. So.
And it was Speedy who.
I don't think the camera's on, is it?
No, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Should I turn it
It
off?
was Speedy who moved it. He has a beautiful, beautiful tow truck. And he moved it without a hitch. I mean, with a hitch.
Yeah.
With a hitch without any perturbability. Okie dokie. Thank you, Carrie.